I think because Segura is a little bit like David Spade, like a little bit like, right?
Yes, smart, snarky.
How did you meet Tom?
And I met Tom the first time I met Segura. I'm trying to remember. It was probably around 2000, maybe right around then, 2001. Was at this room called Bar One, and it was on Sunset Boulevard. And you know where Sunset, if you're headed like from the Roxy west, there's that literal line, the Beverly Hills West Hollywood line. It's like boom, boom.
Yeah.
It was right there. You would, if you looked west, you would see the Beverly Hills sign like right there. So it was the last club in West Hollywood going there, and they had this 8 o'clock like Friday night room or something. It was, honestly, it probably wasn't much bigger than this room here, and it was curtained here. So the green room was just the lobby, and everybody else was in here. And when I walked out, Tom Segura standing right there and goes, "Holy shit, I thought you were a black guy." That's the first thing Tom Segura ever said to me.
Holy shit.
He said you were a black guy. And then he was super he's like, "You were really fucking funny, but the whole time I thought you were a black dude." And
he was listening to you talking in another room.
It was just right through the curtain. He could hear me. Yeah. And he was next.
Holy shit, I thought you were a black guy.
Yeah.
Oh. I did a podcast with Joe Coy, and I was like today, and there was 3 black guys in the room, and I really feel like black guys have helped define my personality.
In my life, there's no doubt. I've worked with so many great black dudes. Like when I worked at UPS in Baltimore, shout out to UPS Baltimore Hub Primary 1, Joe Avenue. When I worked there, it was like, I'm not kidding you. When I went for the job interview, it was a room. It was like a downtown Baltimore, like I couldn't find a job. I was looking for everything from record store to you name it, and I got it's like a job placement room, and I was the white guy in the room, and they were like, "Well, you can work holiday help at Christmas. You're a driver's helper. The driver will pick you up on your front porch, and you will then just go on with them about the day." I just tweeted about this today. And all those guys were such characters and so fucking funny and taught me shit I would have never thought about, talked about, heard about, learned about. I mean, it was an education unlike anything I'd ever even heard in school, and these were older dudes too that are telling you shit from the 60s and the 50s, and you're like, holy. So I was just like always a student of it. So this is one of the things I've just been talking about this on stage, because every time an older black dude talks, I always fucking listen. I'm like, oh, this dude's been through some shit, seen some shit. He's got some shit to tell me and share, and I can learn. And this one dude, I'll never forget, I was delivering, I grew up working in my friend's dad's junkyard, and when I turned 16, I started delivering parts, and I went to this junkyard, this older black dude, and we're sitting here talking about this Chevelle he's got over here. And I don't remember what I said, but I just said, "Man, that's something." He goes, "That ain't shit." And I was like, "Ooh, what's he about to say?" And he goes, you want to know what something is? And he goes, "Next time your dick's hard." And I was like, this is exactly what he said. I was like, this is weird, but I probably should listen, because this might be some shit. And he goes, "Next time your dick's hard, you put your dick in your hand, and then you take the other one and you put it right over top of it. And if there's still something sticking out of the top, that's something." Dude, I don't know if that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard or the smartest, but I've remembered that for 20 fucking years, dude. That's something, he said. I said, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shit. But yeah, I just tweeted about this today working at UPS. There was a day where I was driver's helper. It was in December. I think it's 94. If it's on this side of the truck, I deliver. Their policy in the county was out of sight, out of weather. If you're not home, you can leave. If you had a deck or something, go around, hide it for them, leave the package.
Out of sight, out of weather?
Yeah,
out of sight, out of weather. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Wow. I wish you could see how my brain was processing that information. Like, I can't see him. Throw it in the snow.
Pack snow around it. So I knock on the door, no one answers, but I hear people in there. I go around back, I knock on the door, no one answers. I go back around the drive. We're hustling. So the driver's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I hear people in there, but they're not answering. He's like, just go ahead and leave it. So I go back around, and just for the hell of it, I bang one more time, and then I bounce. And that night when we get back to the hub, this supervisor comes up, and he's like, how about that crazy motherfucker on your route today? I'm like, dude, we're in Baltimore fucking County, bro. Yeah. Everybody is fucking nuts on this route. And he's like, no, the guy that killed the 2 people. I'm like, what? And the driver and I are like, what are you talking about? That house that I'm knocking on, that guy killed 2 dudes and buried them in his fucking basement. And he had them in there when we were trying to deliver this package. I'm knocking on the fucking door.
Oh, my God.
So I've told it a couple times now, and some fans like tweet the link. So I tweeted it today. It's on my Twitter. You can go read it. And it's actually inaccurate. They said originally this guy killed these 2 dudes over a $1,200 like weed debt. But when they follow up on the story 2 years later after it goes through court and everything, they said it ended up being seriously like under $300. And he killed these 2 dudes. But what he didn't know, so he went to meet them. They show up in a truck. What he doesn't know is one of the guys had his newborn in the car. And his girlfriend called the police and said, hey, man, they've been gone for hours. I have a brand new baby in the car. Baby's fine. They get there. But she's like, here's who they went to meet. Here's where he, you could have been a brand new cop on it. So they go to the door, and the dude was he had the bodies buried, stacked on each other, but he hit like a water pipe. So they just kept floating up, and he couldn't bury him. And the police show up and arrested him.
Dude, I can totally see that happening to me. Like killing someone and then going like, God damn it! I didn't know there was a concrete foundation. Yeah. Now I got to get him out of my house. We're starting cutting up the bodies and being like, I can't get through the bones.
Dude, fuck that! I could never even like. Blood, I don't get squeamish, but I couldn't help anybody cut up even an animal. I couldn't do.
Dude, last night we were back here and we have rats